All right, back with another restoration project. This 84 380 SL. Decided to change the spark plugs just because I've never changed them. I've never changed them in any car before, but this car specifically, I'm not sure if it was ever changed because I just got the car. So 20 bucks, might as well just go ahead and do it. Got some Bosch. Let's see, show you the box. Bosch. Here's the number. It is the 7911. I guess I got these from Rock Auto. On Rock Auto, they offer all kinds of different spark plugs, and I think they try to sell like the platinum, and I guess you're not supposed to be putting those in there. So these are like the very basics, and I guess these are the ones that are recommended for the car. Just make sure you don't fall for the more expensive spark plugs. These are like $2 each, or $2.50 or $2.20 or something. Anyway, it was like 20 bucks or 25 bucks total for this, for all 8 of them with shipping. So that was from Rock Auto. But in either case, I'll kind of show you step by step on getting it started. Again, I'm not a mechanic. I've never changed spark plugs in my life. So I guess this is just based on my learning, and I guess I just want to show you what I'm pulling out. So we'll see if they've been changed. Before we get started with this project, I figured, why don't I just do like a before and after with the spark plugs? So this is the before. I'm gonna start up the car a couple times. I actually haven't started it in like 4 or 5 days. I was on vacation. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the car, maybe turn it off, try it again. And that's with before getting the new spark plugs. Let's see if that kind of makes a difference. I only started it one time, but I have noticed that when it's kind of cold and it starts up, sometimes it feels like it's dying when I give it a little bit of gas. I did change the pump already, the fuel pump and the fuel filter and the fuel accumulator, so maybe it's a spark plug problem, not really sure. But I did notice that kind of when I pull out of the driveway the first time I gas it, it doesn't really quite take off. And then you can notice now is when I step on it and it's been cold, kind of almost died twice. So maybe the new spark plugs will make a difference. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the air filter. And it looks like there's 2 on each side that needs to be removed. So there's one here, and then there's also one on this side. And then you got to unhook the part where it connects to the air. There's this one here, and then there's one also underneath. So 4 things I'm going to pull out to get this thing removed. Okay, just took off the air filter right now. Fairly easy. Yeah, just 2 little bolts right here, 2 little nuts. And then this is the air for the front part. This is the air for the back part. Interesting enough, the back part wasn't even connected. I'm not sure how that's even possible, or what. I guess just a bunch of junk just goes inside without going through the filter. Not sure, but wasn't connected. So I guess I'm glad I'm doing this job because that wasn't connected. And there's a bunch of like, oh yeah, a bunch of dirt and stuff in this hose. So that can't be good. Okay, so before I get started removing things, I just wanted to make sure I know where these wires are going. It looks like they've been changed at some point, so that's good. But it looks pretty straightforward because some people are numbering them, but it doesn't seem like I need to, because this 4th one is going to the 4th one, 3rd one is going to the 3rd, 2nd going to the 2nd, and the 1st one going straight into the 1st. So it doesn't look like I need to number them. I looked on both sides. Looks like the other side is exactly the same. They have them done exactly the same way. So this is the 1st one going to the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So no numbering really required. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off, and then the only thing I'm gonna do differently is I'm gonna take the air pressure off my air compressor and just blow it out there so I don't get anything stuck inside. Okay, just pulled everything out. I mean, it only took me maybe like 15 minutes. I guess maybe I should show you the tools I used. It was pretty easy, but here's the one for the spark plugs, one that swivels, and then an extension. And then I ended up using like a torque wrench in order to, so another extension and then a torque wrench. It's pretty easy to pull out. Took me maybe about 10-15 minutes to pull everything out. So this is, right here is the front of the car, that's the back of the car, and then this is the left side, this is the right side. So these are right, you know, where I pulled them out from. You can tell there's a bunch of, like, I guess this is the antices that everybody was talking about on there. So I'm not sure if that needs to be cleaned. This is the worst one I found. That doesn't look good. Not sure what's causing that. Maybe you guys can tell me what's causing that. Maybe it just needs new spark plugs and I'm done, but I'm not sure what that buildup is on there. That's probably the worst one that I found. This is the brand that I pulled out. They're all the same. Not sure if this is original. Probably not. So maybe it was changed at one point. This car has 88,000 miles. Not sure if they're real miles or not, but it seems like it was fairly taken care of, but I'm guessing these are aftermarket and not original. So you can tell they're kind of like dry on top maybe. Looks like there's a bunch of corrosion on top. They don't look like they're completely gone, but I don't know anything about spark plugs, so might as well put new ones in, I guess. So I've installed 7 out of the 8 cylinders. So this side's all done, all locked up, plugged in, ready to go. This side I've put in 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do one of them, which is the easiest one actually, because you've got the most amount of clearance. So here are my tools, spark plugs. This is the torque wrench I was using. I do have it set to 21. I noticed on the Bosch box it actually says that, here it is, 21 foot-pounds. So I have it set at 21. So in case you don't know what you're doing like me and you want to make sure it's done right, I set mine to 21. Seems okay. I do have a fuel line. This is extremely helpful. Everybody was talking about it, but you actually do need to use it in order to install a spark plug. So I just plug it into the end of it, and then that way I can easily install it. And I'll show you how to do this last one. Okay, got my fuel line attached to this spark plug, ready to go. One thing I forgot to mention, you do have to remove these little caps. I don't know what they're called, but the little caps that go on top of the spark plug. Those are not needed, so remove that. This is ready to go. And it's the last one. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to hold the phone, the light, and try to get it in there, but you know, obviously you see the hole there. And I'm gonna go ahead and screw it in by hand. Once it's all screwed in by hand, I'm gonna torque wrench it. Okay, screwed it in with the hose by hand, got it all threaded in there. Then I put in my torque wrench, and I guess I'll show you how much the 21 ends up being. There we go. So if I start off at 0 at the 12 o'clock hour, that's 3 hours. That's already 180. It's 270. It's 360. Still going. There we go. So that was a lot of turns. Usually they say like half to 2/3 or something once it's done by hand, but it seems with me, it seems like it took longer to do. Anyway, so as long as you have the torque wrench, then it's accurate. And then the last thing you want to do is make sure you plug these back in. This is my number 3. Make sure you hear it click. Yep, I heard it click. Last one. Wiggle it around until it really clicks in there. All right, all done. The only thing that's left is the air filter. Again, make sure you connect that back guy, not like mine, how it's disconnected. Okay, so project is done. Everything's put back together. I'm gonna start it up, see how it goes. All right, well, it starts up. Still just doing that dying thing, but I don't know, it just kind of lasts a couple seconds and kind of goes away. So maybe it's something else, maybe it's not a big deal, not sure. I'm gonna take those spark plugs and have somebody take a look at them just to let me know if there's something that's serious that's going on with them. If you think there's something going on, then you can let me know below. Again, here are the spark plugs. Let me show them off to you.
Mostly have this like brown gray coating on the top. That's for most of them except these two on the right side, front right, especially this one here. There's that total buildup on there. So I'm glad I changed them out, but not sure what that's really telling me from the engine side. You can barely see that there's not even room there. There's all kinds of buildup. Anyway, first time changing these spark plugs, changing spark plugs in my life. Probably took about an hour or so, nothing crazy. So as long as you have the right tools, you should be able to do it just fine. Thanks, bye.